Hello, very warm welcome. Driver ratings for the Portimao Grand Prix. All 20 drivers covered as we rate them out of 10 for their weekend. We saw Lewis Hamilton once again deliver when it counts. And yeah, we're going to rate every single driver out of 10. I'm going to start with bonus. Callum Ilott, 9. Callum Ilott signed for Alfa Romeo as a reserve driver, and he debuted at Portimao for his first FP1. And he did a very solid job. No errors, no mistakes. And yeah, hopefully he gets some more FP1s in the future. And now we get into all 20 drivers. I just threw Ilott in there because he was part of the weekend. So, Valtteri Bottas, 8. Pole position. Great pole position by Valtteri Bottas. He was fastest in FP1. Then he got pole position. Amazing pole lap. He finishes P3 in the race after being overtaken by Max and Lewis. He lost more points in the title, but he did get fastest lap as Max got his time deleted. Lewis Hamilton, 10. Once again, 10. Fastest FP2. Qualified P2, not the end of the world. You don't get points on a Saturday, you get points on a Sunday. And on Sunday, Hamilton always delivers. He overtook Max, he overtook Bottas. Proves he can overtake. Again, he delivers. And for me, levels above the competition as he gains his 97th win. Charles Leclerc, 7. P8 quali, outshined by Sainz. P6 in the race. Now, Sainz did let him through and play the team game. Leclerc did a solid job, I would say. Carlos Sainz, 6. Now, Carlos Sainz has gone from hero to zero. He got an amazing qualifying in P5. Best lap in Ferrari. But then in the race, he played the team game and then he went backwards and finished P11 outside the points. Lando Norris, 8. P7 quali. McLaren need pace in the race, and Norris was very aggressive in the race. He finished P5 and he mugged off Esteban Ocon with a great move, and he's probably been driver of the season so far. Already got a podium. He's beaten Daniel Ricardo comprehensively, so fantastic. Daniel Ricardo, 5. 0 to hero, I would say. No, 0 to hero. Shambolic qualifying, a horror qualifying. P16, one of his worst qualifyings of all time. In the race, he fought back and got P9. Good points. But he cannot be affording to qualify P16. Ricardo really needs to get to grips with a McLaren. Giovinazzi, 5. He had to sit out of FP1 because Callum Ilott was in. Qualified P12, finished P12. He did a very solid job. Beat Kimi Raikkonen all weekend. And obviously Raikkonen hit him. So he was actually lucky to finish. Kimi Raikkonen, 3. Now, yeah, I give an honest mark. Spun in FP3. Qualified 15th. And then in the race, tried to pick up the slipstream of Giovinazzi. Completely misjudged it. Broke his front wing. Retired from the race. Driver error by Kimi. Poor weekend, really, all round. Gasly, 6. Qualified P9, finished P10. His qualifying P9, got his lap time deleted. P10 in the race, 1 point. But AlphaTauri have got a lot of pace in that car, and they're not really gaining the points that the car deserves. Yuki Tsunoda, 1. I thought he was awful. Qualified P14, race P15, nowhere, not quick, and he struggled massively. Nowhere. Mick Schumacher, 8. Absolutely fantastic. He absolutely schooled Mazepin. To say he's in the Haas, and he absolutely destroyed his teammate. He had a spin in the practice, but dominated Mazepin. Very strong practices. Qualifying was good, and in the race he beat Nicholas Latifi and finished P17. So I absolutely give him 8. given the car he's in, I thought that was a very exceptional weekend for Schumacher. Nikita Mazepin. Now, let's not beat around the bush here. 0. Absolutely awful. Looks out of his depth. Last in every single session. Blocked Perez when he was trying to be lapped. He gained a 5-second penalty. He looks completely out of his depth. And F1 looks too big for him. We give him time, but he's got to start picking up his performances. Lance Stroll, 3. He had the upgrades this weekend. P17 quali, P13 in the race. Aston Martin don't score any points. Horrible. Vettel, 5. Now we finally saw Sebastian Vettel shine. Practices were awful. Qualifying, he got P10. I still think he was blocked by Max. And then in the race, Aston Martin were not quick and they scored no points. But it was good to see Seb actually deliver in quali. Fernando Alonso, 8. He had an awful qualified P13. But in the race, he was absolutely flying on the hard tyre, passing everyone. Gasly, Sainz. He was having a bit of everyone, was Alonso, and was quick. Nearly beat his teammate in the end. Quali was awful. The race was brilliant. The old Fernando Alonso. Esteban Ocon, 9. P6 in quali, outstanding, and he absolutely schooled Fernando Alonso, and he's got P7 in the race. One of his best weekends. A lot of points for Alpine as a team. Solid, great points. Max, 9. Fastest in practice 3. I feel he blocked Sebastian in quali, but it was never investigated. In quali, he got P3. He had a pole lap that was good enough, but got deleted track limits. And in the race, he got P2, managed to overtake Bottas. Solid weekend, and his fastest lap got deleted. Perez, 8. P4 quali, P4 in the race. Had a bad start, Sergio Perez. And yeah, by the time he got past Norris, the front three had gone. He was leading the race, but obviously had to do his pit stop. He had a big spin also in quali. George Russell, 7. Amazing performance. P11 in qualifying in a Williams. Qualifying star. Absolutely bruised Nicholas Latifi. P16 in the race. Was complaining that he couldn't follow the cars closely. And last but not least, Nicholas Latifi, 0. Awful. Absolutely awful. Him and Mazepin were shocking. They were last all weekend. I'm beginning to think Mazepin's not good enough and Latifi's not good enough. He had a good weekend, Latifi, at Imola, but again he goes missing at Portimao. P18 in the race and beaten by Mick also is humiliation. So, let me just check. We've covered everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, there we have it. Driver ratings for the Portimao Grand Prix complete. And we're going to be busy again this week as we're straight to Barcelona in Spain. Catalonian Grand Prix. So back-to-back Grand Prix. So there's the Portimao Grand Prix weekend done. We've done practice, quali, race, driver ratings. Comment down below your thoughts. And I say they're pretty fair driver ratings. Now, I give a driver rating, but I also give a detailed analysis of why I've give that mark. Now, it's not just qualifying the race. It's all their weekend. So I would say them marks pretty accurate. You always get someone who disagrees, but that's the joy of doing driver ratings. It's about opinions, and this is what sport is about. So comment down below whether you agree, disagree. Always happy to get a debate going. And I really enjoyed the Portimao Grand Prix weekend. And yeah, join me for Spain, where we will do a preview, track guide, practice, quali, race, and driver ratings. F1 is in a good place right now. Red Bull v Mercedes. Another masterclass by Hamilton.